The Oscars are almost here, and Oscar nominations just came through. And even though you may not have heard of this movie, and even though virtually no one watched it, and sometimes that does happen for big Oscars bait movies, you know, small audience, but really beloved by the people that watched it and the critics alike get nominated. But Emilia Perez ends up with 13 Oscar nominations. That is the second most in history, by the way. And it's tied with Oppenheimer from last year. That's a lot of nominations, right? Same as like Titanic had 14, right? Return of the King only had 11. So 13 is a lot of fucking nominations. And you might be wondering why that's the case. What is Emilia Perez? Emilia Perez is a movie that's over on Netflix. Why does this look like shit? It's a movie that's over on Netflix. Very small theatrical release in a handful of places, but I think Netflix bought the rights to it after it premiered at a film festival. 30% audience score. Awful audience score. And it's not even like it's universally loved by critics necessarily either. So why is this getting so much attention? Well, I'll tell you. Because it's about a trans person, Jay. And Emilia Perez star Carla Sofia Gascon becomes first openly trans actor nominated for an Oscar. This is a man who is presenting themselves as a woman who has now been nominated for Best Actress. So all of the women in Hollywood that have been all about empowering women and all this stuff, and yes, of course, trans rights, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, they might have a man beat them for Best Actress. That's the reality of what's happening right here. But this is the reason that this movie got so much attention. It's because the entire storyline, Jay, is about a huge Mexican cartel gang leader who wants to become a woman. So he becomes a woman.
Wasn't that like the Crying Game from years ago or Ace Ventura?
Oh, God. So I'm going to play a little bit of this for you. First little bit's in Spanish, right? The drug cartel boss reveals he wants to become a woman. The next scene is a song about vaginoplasty. And it's true. Here we go.
Quiero ser una mujer.
¿Quiere decir físicamente mujer?
Sí.
Quiere...
So this drug cartel dude wants to become a woman. And he enlists Zoe Saldana's character, who I believe is like a lawyer, to find him a like place that he can do it. So she says, okay, I'll find you a place to get a sex change surgery. And that's when the musical aspects of this movie come in.
Habrá que buscar un lugar seguro para el reseteo, lejos de aquí.
Hello, very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operations.
I see. Men to woman, or woman to men.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina.
What? I thought you were joking.
No, this is real. This is real. This is what the movie is about. And man, oh man, from man to woman, or woman to man, from penis to vagina. That's what this movie is. That's what this movie is all about. And that's why it's getting the attention. We could play a little more of this if you want, Jay.
For me.
What would you like to know about it, madam?
I want to know it all. What is the protocol, the techniques and the risks? How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty,
Yes.
vaginoplasty,
Yes.
rhinoplasty,
Yes.
laryngoplasty,
Yes.
mammoplasty.
This is the example of what this movie is all about. And it's
Wait,
going to be... Go ahead.
I'm saying, what's the Rotten Tomato score?
30% audience score.
Okay.
And dropping.
You mind if I, like, real quick before you continue?
Sure.
This is my plug for Critic Less. They had some people review it. You know, the movie was terrible. I would give it a less score if I would. Just when I thought Rebel Moon was the worst movie of the last 5 years.
That's the crazy part, is that it is overwhelmingly getting a lot of hate.
Shout out
Not
Critic
just
List.
from audience members, but even a lot of kind of mainstream outlets, even if they didn't do a review of it, they're calling it trash.
And then for it to get so many Oscar nominations is
Yes.
crazy. And I hope they win so they can go up and say, we fighting against Donald Trump. There's more genders than just 2. We will fight you in our entertainment and everything. We will fight you, Donald Trump. There's going to be more genders.
It's 100% going to happen. This person's outspoken against Donald Trump already. And it's going to create a very funny thing. If all these women have to sit there and pretend to applaud for a man stealing their award, that's going to be funny because they're the ones that advocated for that. But it is about a Mexican cartel. It's a mostly in Spanish movie, apparently. It's made by a French dude who hates musicals and doesn't speak Spanish. There's a lot of criticism because of the way it portrays Mexico from the Mexican population. They fucking despise it. A lot of the gay groups out there, they don't like it because they say it portrays trans people as liars. Well, I don't know what to say about that, I suppose. But like there's criticism from a lot of different sides on this, yet it receives more Oscar nominations than almost any movie in history. And it just tells you how irrelevant the Oscars are when it comes to these things. And are there always going to be some nominations of things that maybe you didn't see or didn't hear about because they are a little bit more niche, but the people that watched it all had really great things to say? Yes. That's not the case with this movie. Nobody fucking watched it. Nobody has anything good to say about it. Yet here we are.
Where are they gonna show the Oscars? Because the viewership has been tumbling, through the past years. Imagine nobody cares, nobody watches. We just wait for the funny clips to come out of it, mostly cringe stuff. So I wonder if they're just gonna air it on the website. Go to Oscars.com to watch it. Maybe Disney will show it on ABC. We'll see.
I don't know where it's supposed to be at. It's usually on ABC, isn't it?
I think so, but I think like there was talk. Like I there's always chatter about stuff, but that they were just gonna post it on a streaming platform and not on a regular network because they can't get anybody to watch. So especially with that lineup, I think everybody's gonna tune in to see if the trans person won everything. Yeah.
So it's going to be on ABC and it'll stream live on Hulu.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
ABC.